So YouTube, this is Too Raw for TV. You know, the farther along we go in this whole GOAT debate culture, the more dumbed down the talking points become. It's not serious. I come from an era when I was younger where people really put motherfuckers wrote theses. They used to write theses about this shit, man. We used to write like reports. We did real investigation into the history of the game. We broke it down to a science as far as how we thought about it. We didn't always agree, but we at least gave compelling arguments as to why we think a player might be greater than this player or why this player might be the greatest of all time. Now it's to the point where people are just saying this dumb shit, man. You know, I get it, Michael Porter Jr., you played with Nikola Jokic all these many years. That's your guy. But if this is your argument for him being the GOAT, bro, you're a basketball player. You're a professional basketball player. And this is the best you can come up with. So, first of all, I don't know where the fuck they are. Like, is this a campfire or something? You know, niggas got their shirts off and shit. I don't know what the hell they are. But anyway, some TikTok personality, I don't know. I'm old, so I don't know these people. Asked Michael Porter Jr. who he thought the GOAT was, and then he said Jokic, and this is the reason why.
Who you think is the greatest basketball player all time?
I'm going Nikola Jokic. Because he could have won MVP 5 years in a row.
That's
Can
facts.
you name another player that could have won it?
So, according to Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic is the GOAT because he could have won 5 MVPs in a row. He could have, but he didn't. He could have, but he didn't. Because 2 of those years, one went to Joel Embiid, who had an absolutely dominant, one of the most dominant regular seasons of all time, although he did whine and cry and complain to get it. As a lot of us call it the here nigga damn MVP. And then the other year, they gave it to Shea, right? Which proved to be the right call because they won a franchise record 68 games, and they won it, and Shea and them boys won the championship, right? But you could also make an argument that Shea could have won it last year. You could also make an argument that one of those years that Joker won it, it could have went to Giannis. So that argument goes both ways. But let's just go with this 5 years in a row crap shit. I hate to say this because I'm not a LeBron fan, but LeBron definitely could have won 5 MVPs in a row if you go by numbers, which is what Joker fans tend to go by. They go by numbers. If you go by numbers and dominance and win shares and PER and all that shit, hell, Michael Jordan could have won 6 straight MVPs from 90. You could have gave it to him every fucking year from 86, 87 until 93 when he retired. To hell with Magic in 87. To hell with Magic in 89 and 90. To hell with Barkley in 93. You could have gave it to Michael. That's one of the famous arguments about Jordan. Really, the only thing that kept him from winning the award every year was voter fatigue. You could have given it to him every fucking year. You could have gave it to him in 97 when they gave it to Karl Malone. So really, Michael Jordan could have won 9 MVPs. Let's not forget about Wilt, who won the MVP his rookie year. Hell, Wilt's first 8 years were MVP worthy. His first 8 years, or 9 years, in the league. His first 9 years in the league were MVP worthy. And don't get me started about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem, I would say Kareem's first 10 seasons were all MVP worthy. So what are we doing here, man? We're going by MVP counts, and still, even with that, Joker has 3. That's not the all-time record. Why is it that when it comes to the all-time greats, when it comes to GOATs, I'm not talking about top 10 this or top 100. You're talking about, you're making the claim, not that he's the best center in the league. You're not even making the claim that he's the greatest center of all time, which I don't agree with. Now you're saying he's the best player ever. It's my ass, man, okay? Now y'all Joker fans get on my fucking nerves. Why is it that this motherfucker's exempt from playing elite defense then? We get on LeBron James for being an overrated defender, right? We know that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, those guys were the standard for defense being two-way players, right? But people still say it's not enough for Kobe. But Joker's slow ass, like defensive liability ass, he just get exempt from that. It's my ass. That is a liability for Steve Nash at the point guard position for being an atrocious defender. Now, Joker isn't as terrible a defender as Steve Nash, but it is a weakness. And let's talk about that one championship run once again in 2023. Let's talk about it one more goddamn time. Number one, in the NBA Finals, they faced a team that was technically the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. Now, of course, because now we have the NCAA tournament, they were able to do something very improbable, which is come from behind and beat the 9th seed Bulls in the last moments of that game. And then they went on an improbable run, the finals, mostly because of Jimmy Butler, especially the first couple of rounds. But then, of course, the other guys helped out. I mean, the hell, that's why some of those guys were able to leave Miami and get big contracts like Max Strauss, right? But at the end of the day, he played a 10th seed in the finals, folks. They played a 7th seed in the Western Conference. And they played a 7th seed, if I'm not mistaken, in the first round. So, come on, what are we doing? And then I think they played a 4th seed that had injury issues with the Phoenix Suns in the semifinals. So his championship run was not stellar. Up until this year, he had not, then the streak ends, he had not beaten a 50-win team in the playoffs, Nikola Jokic. Oh, he's not the GOAT. What are you talking about? If he was so goddamn good and making players around him better, he would have helped your ass make some goddamn shots in this motherfucker against OKC. That's sticking on my nerves. Giannis and him have the same number of championships. Giannis has one fewer MVP, right? But in order for Giannis to win, he got to leave Milwaukee. He has to leave Milwaukee. Yet nobody ever tells Joker he got to leave Denver to go and win somewhere. He gets all these excuses. Oh, it's just the system. It's the players around him. I'm so sick of that shit. Y'all know old boy gonna be all over this, by the way. Y'all know he gonna be all over this. Michael Porter Jr. is speaking nothing but the truth. Jokic definitely has GOAT potential. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Doing no damn GOAT. Russell Westbrook had 4 seasons averaging a triple-double with minimal help most of those years. And he became a punchline. He turned the ball over too much. His field goal percentage was only 43, 44%. It's not good enough, even though that's what James Harden shoots, and he's probably one of the great shooters ever, right? Then you look at Joker, He don't really have any competition at his position. He's another Rocky Marciano. He's the basketball version of Rocky Marciano. He's doing phenomenal against inferior competition. He's great, but he ain't as great as people make him out to be. I mean, how many legitimate great centers are there in the NBA right now? Joel Embiid when he wants to play. Wemby, who was hurt half the year at least. The Anthony Davis don't want to play center. Who else? Who else is there that's a great center? Come on, man. So you're trying to tell me 28 of the 30 teams he plays, he's going up against, at best, a good center or a mediocre center or a guy that doesn't even really constitute as a center, a stretch four. But y'all talking about Wilt didn't have no competition in the 8-14 team league. He's going up against Bill Russell and Walt Bellamy and Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes before he moved to power forward position and before he moved over to the ABA, a guy like Zelmo Beatty or Bob Lanier or who am I forgetting? Willis Reed. That's like 7 Hall of Famers. So most nights, Wilt was going up against a Hall of Famer or a very good center like a Johnny Red Kerr. Come on, man. Do they playing nobody, man? We're not doing this. We're not.